there is no Christian fundamentalism in Brighton. Having relatives who live there, their God might be many things, but it ain't Jesus Christ. Okay,
so true.
The idea
Range Rover.
The idea of trying to run out a Christian fundamentalist campaign, which he, not this time, last time, went down like a ton of shit. And I can assure you, I've got enough relatives living there who were absolutely thought it was hysterical. Absolutely. But that's, you've got to know your electorate. And this time round, James has worked out, to be fair, that ain't going to work.
Yes.
So I better move to different things. And he did, and that got the result. So it is really about, you need to be at the front door so you don't suddenly start going off half-cocked. Like, I could run a Christian fundamentalist campaign in my seat. Okay. It would appeal to certain parts of my community quite well. Would I get up? Oh, I think I'd probably do pretty close to losing.
Oh, really?
Okay, because yes, there are certain members of my community who are Christian fundamentalists. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. And, I didn't vote for certain things in relation to abortion and things like that. So they might say, oh, we don't mind him. But, on other things, I support same-sex marriage. I don't think Christianity owns marriage. Okay, now that's going to offend a whole lot of people, but I think people were getting married before Jesus Christ came along.
Okay.
So I tend to think, people made commitments to one another. Sure. Now, that being said and done, that's going to upset a whole lot of people. But I don't think just per se running any Christian fundamentalist campaign in any seats would work in anywhere in Melbourne anymore.
So is it a matter of doing just enough to appease those smaller groups, whether it be the Christian fundamentalists or on the left, the socialists, Victorian socialists, just enough to placate them and secure the vote, but then mainly focus on the salt of the earth, everyday issues?
In my seat, yes.
What about the inner seats, especially the Labor inner seats?
I don't know whether they've been knocked enough. Door knocked, not knocked. Yeah. Sorry, that's a ridiculous thing to say. They are hard to door knock in a sense because a lot of them are apartments locked off. Yeah. I would there be looking at a continuous program of phone calling. I did in 2010, in the lead up to the 2010 election, and this is, I didn't agree with it, but from about 2007, 8 onwards, people kept saying they didn't like Brumby. And I kept thinking, I love Brumby. I think he's a marvel, and I genuinely do. I think he's a really good person who is incredibly sharp, incredibly focused on, just doing the right things in terms of finances, in terms of the community and so forth. But everyone kept saying, I don't like Brumby. Right. And I kept thinking, I can argue against that. And I got grumpy initially. Yeah. Then I just worked out a bit again on the phone call. So I did 11,000 phone calls over 18 months myself, and I got over by 300 votes in 2010. Oh. So that was the sort of the natural swing which was going to knock me out that I picked up from doing mobile offices. And it is literally, they will tell you if they have a relationship with you, they will feel comfortable enough to go, look, I don't mind you, Luke, but I don't like Brumby. And I'll be going, I like Brumby. And they go, no, I don't. And I'll be going, okay.
They still voted for you if they liked.
Yeah, but it did really require my perception, and there's nothing scientific about this, but I reckon there was, enough of those phone calls, and it was not political. I don't ring up and start saying, here, I'm Labor Party, this is, you want to know our new policy? Or so. No, g'day, I'm your local member, Luke, and I'm just ringing up to say hello. Is there anything I can help you with?
Wow.
That's it. And then most people say, no, I'm fine, thank you very much for the call, and that's it.
It's funny, both you and Ryan, who have both been in this couch, both talk about trees in your electorate, so...
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
he's got bigger, older trees than I have, and they're, I've just got more man-made planted ones, which are not the appropriate ones.